Welcome to EPG Pathshala. This is Dr. Ankush Ambardar from Department of Tourism and Hotel Management, Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra. Today, I'll be taking up a topic on tourism and hospitality management, and that is cash section and night auditing. Well, after this unit, we'll be able to understand main functions of cash section at front office in hotels, process of night auditing, job description of cash section personnel, and various formats used at the cash section in front office. Well, the cash section of the front office department plays a vital role in recording and maintaining of various transactions held at front office and other points of sale in the hotel. The section also verifies the guest and non-guest accounts of the front office accuracy and completeness. The section is responsible to post charges to guest accounts, receive payments at checkout, and during the stay. It coordinates the billing of credit card and corporate and bill to company guest accounts with the accounting division. All guest accounts are balanced by the cashier at the close of each shift. He or she normally entails answering guest inquiries regarding fees and services. The section also conducts periodic reviews of various accounts of the guests to make sure that the departmental accounts are balanced against the guest accounts. Night auditing is responsible to check the accounting records on daily basis. The auditor summarizes and compiles information for the hotel's financial records. Moreover, he or she tracks revenue, occupancy percentage, and other important front office operating statistics. The auditor works at the graveyard shift and prepares the summary of cash and credit payment activities, reflecting the hotel's financial performance for a day. Posting of room charges and room taxes to guest accounts, including guest transactions not posted during the day by the front office cashier, is even done by the night auditor. The cash section is actually an integral part of account section of the hotel, but practically the members of the staff are answerable to front office manager. Hence, the front office manager is head of the cash section of front office, as the transaction held by the guests are directly or indirectly dealt by the front office section in coordination to other point of sales in the hotel. The cashier at the front office works directly under the supervision of the night auditor, who heads the cash section at the front desk. The night auditor is assisted by the senior cashier and cashier depending on the size of the hotel for carrying out operations and management of the cash. Well, describing the job description of cashier, guest accountancy in hotels requires efficiency and accuracy. The task of front office cashier centers on guest accounting cycle. The cashiers post charges to guest accounts. The hotel's point of sales revenue centers communicate about any purchases to the front desk. Hotels having property management systems have point of sales integrated for the posting of any charges in the guest accounts. In manually handled hotels, the information needs to be communicated without any delay or mistakes. This is done to ensure charges are settled at the guest checkout. The cashier also have to handle payments at the checkouts through various modes like credit card, cash, bill to company, etc. The cashier at the end of each shift have to balance guest accounts. The cashier of a hotel also handles banking services, foreign exchange, lockers, safe deposit boxes. The duties and responsibilities performed by cashier are: the cashier operates front office posting software. He or she obtains the house bank from account section and keeps it balanced, helps in completing guest check-in procedure, performs variety of banking services for guests like check cash and foreign currency exchange. It keeps follow-up on all deposit dues, deposit to be paid by the guests. Posting of charges to guest accounts and non-guest accounts is even done by him. Handling paid out transactions, if any, during the day are even handled. Transfer guest balances to other accounts are even required. The checks are cashed for guests following the approval policy of the hotel. They help in completing guest checkout procedures. They help in settling guest and non-guest accounts. They dispense guest records after the guest's checkout. Handles various modes of payment like cash, traveler's check, credit cards, and bill to company. The front office cashiers assume responsibility for any cash used in processing front desk transactions. Adjustments of discounts is done by the cashier wherever applicable. Clarifies customer questions or concerns about the charges on their bills. Maintains adequate supplies of outlet stationery for cashiers. Assists with distribution of month-end reports as directed by accounts or front office manager. Maintains a track of all high balance guests. Checks and follow up on all bills on hold. Check the billing instructions are correct for all expected departure guests. Provide on-the-job training to new staff members. At the close of shift, balances department totals. At the close of shift, balances cash. Issues and manages safe deposit boxes. He or she assists front desk staff on check-in as and when required. Now, functions of cash section. The cash section performs a large number of important roles and functions that is significant from the point of view of the operations and management of front office department. The main functions performed by front office cash section are recording of advance deposits paid by guests at the time of reservation. The front office cashier section receives and records any advance payments made by the guest at the time of reservation made at the hotel. Most of the guests pay advances to guarantee their reservation, and the same is recorded by the cash section. Establishing and processing the mode of payment at the arrival of guest in the hotel. The cashier needs to establish method of payment by the guest at his arrival, and the same has to be mentioned on the registration card. And after confirming the mode of settlement of bill by the guest, various official procedures are done. The mode of settlement can be cash, credit card, bill to company, traveler's checks, travel agent vouchers, etc. Opening guest folio at the time of guest arrival. So once the guest arrives in the hotel and after his or her registration with the hotel, the cashier opens guest folio or guest account manually or automatically depending on the system of front office used in a particular property. The importance of opening a guest account is to record all financial transactions held by the guest and the hotel during the stay of the guest in the hotel. Recording transactions during occupancy stage of the guest cycle. So during the entire guest cycle, the cash section tracks, posts, and records all the financial transactions of guests. The transactions made at various points of sale other than front desk like restaurants, bars, coffee shop, spa, etc. is posted by the cashier on the guest account. The vouchers or the bills received by the cashier from various points of sale is even recorded and kept for checkout time. Disbursement of paid outs to guests. Sometimes guests ask to clear or pay taxi bills or other small transactions. The cash section disburses such petty amounts. The cashier prepares vouchers to support such transactions between the guest and front office. Preparation of vouchers like account allowance and account correction. The cash section prepares account allowances vouchers in order to give discounts to guests due to poor service or products offered to the guests during the stay. Moreover, in order to rectify any posting error in the folios, like a posting error, the section prepares account correction vouchers. Foreign currency encashment. The cash section of the front office in hotels is also responsible for exchanging foreign currency produced by foreigners with valid passport and visa at the time of arrival, occupancy, or departure of the guest. The cashier also provides a copy of encashment certificate to the guest, and a copy is sent to account section with currency for further collection in domestic currency. A summary of foreign currency exchanged in each shift is prepared. They help in checkout and settlement of guests. At the time of departure of the guest, the cash section helps in processing account settlement. The cash section confirms the proper settlement of bill by the guest at the time of departure, processing regular night audits of front office and guest accounts. The cash section also performs the important function of routine night audits to verify the accuracy of accounts of guests to resolve any discrepancy found. Various managerial and operational reports are also prepared and further distributed to concerned persons or sections. Providing safe deposit facilities. The safe deposit lockers are also located at the back of front office handled by the cashier. In case of guest requests, safe deposits are provided by cash section to keep valuable items in safe custody of hotels. Preparing summary of various transactions. The cashier needs to prepare the summary of various financial transactions held during each shifts. Now next is job description of night auditor. So the night auditor trains front office cashier in night auditing. It verifies all postings and balances them, checks and posts room charges and taxes to guest accounts, processes vouchers like guest charge vouchers and credit card vouchers, posts charges to the guest accounts that have not been posted or were incurred at the graveyard shift, transfer charges and deposits to master accounts, checks to see that all charges are assigned to the appropriate departments, to verify that all transactions performed at the front desk are supported by documentary evidence and signatures as necessary, and that they have been correctly posted and allocated into the property management system. It verifies that all charges posted from the point of sale software reached the correct guest folios and even not missing. It prepares for the end of day procedure. Follow the night audit checklist. It must have complete knowledge of emergency procedures, balances the day's charges, making correction as necessary, prints up and files reservation for the next business day. It verifies that room rates are correct and posts those rates to guest accounts. It monitors the current status of coupon, discount, and other promotional programs. It is able to function as a front desk agent, especially in terms of check-in and check-out procedures. Tracks room revenues, occupancy percentage, and other front office statistics. Prepares a summary of cash, check, and credit card activities. Checks, figures, postings, and documents for more accuracy. They record, store, access, and analyze computerized financial information. The auditor prepares important management reports which details the results and further summarizes results of operations for management. Runs end of the day process in property management software. Operates property management software and other front office equipments. Responds to guest needs, special requests, and complaints, and informs the respective managers for the same. On times helps in performing check-in and check-out. The next heading is process of night auditing. So the front office audit is usually referred as night audit because hotels generally perform it during the late evening hours. The most convenient time to perform the audit is during the late evening and early morning hours, as it helps the front office personnel to work with minimum interruption, and also most of the hotel outlets and revenue centers are closed during this time. The audit is a daily review of guest account transactions recorded against revenue center transactions. The routine helps guarantee the accuracy, reliability, and thoroughness of front office accounting. So first of all, post of departmental charges in guest and non-guest accounts. This is considered to be the first step of night auditing, as the auditor makes sure that all the postings of guest accounts are properly completed. Hence, the night auditor confirms that all transactions have been posted to proper accounts as they are received at the front desk before start of the audit. The auditor also verifies that all the vouchers for revenue center transactions are posted and have reached the front office. Look for any room status discrepancies. The second step in night auditing is important, as the errors in room status can lead to lost and uncollectible room revenue and omission of error. Hence, the status of guest rooms is checked after matching the reports from both the front office and housekeeping departments. It becomes important for front office to maintain room status information effectively and post room rates only for occupied rooms only. The registration rack is even checked to rectify the occupancy status of guest rooms. Conduct trial balance. The night auditor balances all the departmental postings against the front office accounts. The auditor balances all the revenue center departments using the source document that originated in the revenue center. The same is termed as trial balance, and only after performing it, the front office cashier posts room rates and taxes in the accounts of the guests. Verifying no-show reservations. Another duty of night auditor is to verify all confirmed guaranteed reservation with the hotel but did not register in the hotel on the date. The verification of no-show reservation enables the night auditor to post retention charges into the account of no-show guests who had a guaranteed reservation with the hotel. Posting room rates and taxes. The auditor verifies the various room rates and taxes that are to be posted in the guest account in order to make sure about posting of right room rate in right guest account. Once the room rate and taxes are posted, a room rate and tax report is generated for the front office management review. Preparation of reports. This is one of the important process of night auditor to prepare various management and operational reports. The following are the important reports generated by night auditor. First, high balance report. A high balance report or the credit limit report is used to find out all guests who had exceeded the normal credit limit of the hotel. This report is prepared on a daily basis by the night auditor and circulated to the management. Next, daily operational report. This report contains a summary of hotel's financial activities during a 24-hour period. The daily operational report provides a means of reconciling cash, bank accounts, revenue, and accounts receivable. The report also serves a posting reference for various accounting journals and provides important data that must be input to link front and back office computer functions. Also included in the daily operation reports are room statistics and room ratios and comments and observations from the accounting staff. The hotel's night auditor prepares the daily operations report, from which the general manager and different department heads can review revenues, receivables, operating statistics, front office cash receipts, and disbursements. Departmental reports on revenue and expenditures, and a credit report which lists guest accounts remaining unpaid 3 days after billing and any unusual large guest charges or balances. VIP's report. The report is prepared to keep track of VIP rooms, the discounts or any complimentary services provided to them with proper approval from management. Group's report. Group reports are prepared to keep a track of group business and maintaining the company volume guaranteed rate as specified in the contract. Deposition of cash. In this step, the night auditor counts all the cash collected in the cashier's cash box and separates the cash bank of the float, which is allotted at the beginning of the shift for carrying out departmental transactions between the guests and the cashier. The rest of amount collected is kept in front office cash deposit envelope, and the details are mentioned stating the denominations, and any overage or shortage is also stated. Ending the day. In this step, the night auditor balances each guest accounts less the settlements, if any, made by the guest. The balance is zeroed out or closed for the particular day and is moved as the opening balance of the next day. The night auditor begins a fresh business day for the hotel to carry on its business for the next day. Next, distribution of reports. The final step in night auditing process involves distribution of reports prepared. It is essential responsibility of night auditor to hand over reports to authorized and designated individuals due to the confidential nature of the reports. The reports are practically distributed by bellboys early in the morning to the relevant departments. Various formats used at cash section and auditing. So let's have a look on those. First, guest account sheet. It is the statement detailing the financial transaction between the guest and the hotel. The charges posted into the account of guest get printed at the time of bill settlement during the departure from the hotel. Next, paid out voucher. The paid out voucher is an important document used for tracking paid outs disbursed by the front office on behalf of the guest to settle petty bills like taxi, snacks, tobacco, etc. Guest receipts. The cashier gives receipts to the guests when he or she settle accounts through cash, credit card at any stage of guest cycle. The receipt is even provided for exchanging foreign currency with the hotel. Encashment certificate. The certificate is a license given from the Reserve Bank of India, which all standardized hotels hold by them for exchanging the foreign currency given by the guests. Summary of foreign currency exchanged. This format gives the detailed report of all the foreign currency exchanged in a hotel in a particular shift of the day. This format is important as to keep track of all the foreign currency transactions held during the day. Safe deposit locker card. The safe deposit locker card is issued to guests who avail locker facilities in hotels. This facility is generally given to in-house guests. Now, to summarize the whole, every business entity requires an efficient cash handling personnel, and hotel is not an exception. The cash section of it's actually an integral part of account section of the hotel, but practically the members of staff are answerable to front office manager. Hence, the front office manager is head of the cash section on front office, as the transactions held by the guests are directly or indirectly dealt by the front office section in coordination to other points of sale in the hotel. The cash section in hotels include the night auditor and front office cashiers, who are responsible to post charges to guest accounts, receive payments at checkout and during the stay. Coordinates the billing of credit card and corporate and bill to company guest accounts with the accounting divisions. The auditor works at the graveyard shift and prepares the summary of cash and credit payment activities reflecting the hotel's financial performance for a day. Posting of room charges and room taxes to guest accounts, including guest transactions not posted during the day by the front office cashier, is even done by the auditor. Thanks for watching EPG Pathshala. This was Dr. Ankush from Kurukshetra University.